Oh, hello there, you sexy piece of ass. What's up, internet and friends? Tanya here again for the second installment in my League of Legends vlog series that I have so creatively decided to title Noob to Gold. Please, hold your applause. Just wanted to let you guys know I had all the footage ready for this video before, but the SD card in my SLR became corrupted. Tried to upload and import all the videos that I had previously recorded of the gameplay, you know, this introduction. Tried to upload it and it didn't play, the sound wasn't working, it was kind of glitchy. So I'm trying to re-record it now. So the last installment in this vlog series I uploaded a week ago, but it was actually recorded in early September. And it's been about 3 weeks, so I'm looking at roughly 1 more month until the season's over. And I'm really starting to freak out because I've had a lot of family things going on. School's really kicking into high gear because midterms are going to be coming up in a few weeks. I've got work, you know, 3 or 4 days a week. I'm really lazy on my days off. Plus, on top of all this, the League of Legends World Championship series is going on right now, and I can't help but watch my boys of C9. I love them so much. Good luck, guys. So, any free time that I have, I'm really trying to work on this. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still looking into a video game capture card. Like I said, because the SD card was corrupted, I lost all the gameplay footage that I had of the ranked games that I've played so far. So, for the next segment, I'm gonna kind of use some screenshots and I'm gonna explain how the game went from there and what went wrong, what didn't go wrong, you know, all the pros and cons of each game. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm just getting over a cold and my SLR isn't working properly, so I apologize for my nasally man voice and lack of any video footage of these games, which all sadly ended in defeats. This first game lasted about 47 minutes and was really quite tiresome and exhausting. Once games approach the 50-60 minute mark, it gets really mentally taxing to just keep going with a team that's not really doing a whole lot. And the game was really back and forth with both teams. We each had aces, traded inhibitors, and other objectives for us, as well as different picks, poor calls, and unnecessary 4v5s. This game I was generally satisfied with my performance. I went 19, 13, and 16 as Jinx, and although I was severely starved of farm by the end of the game, mine was still the highest on my team. I primarily pinpoint poor team fight calls and unnecessary fighting and toxicity as the downfall of this game. All this being said though, I'm certainly not calling my performance perfect compared to the rest of the team. It's really difficult to actually be able to take objectives when you try to tell the team, hey, 3 of the enemies are down, let's push mid because they only have their inhibitor turret, and someone else says, no, let's get Baron. As the ADC, you can't really take down turrets by yourself when the jungler and the enemy ADC are still up and the rest of the team decides to go for Baron. So it was just plays like that and calls like that that I just didn't agree with. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think taking towers and inhibitors is a little more important than taking Baron. This next game lasted 48.5 minutes and it was a lot more frustrating. I had said in the beginning of picks and bans that I would prefer ADC, but that I could play any other roles aside from jungling. However, this game I was also teamed up again with the self-proclaimed shot caller from the previous game, and he decided to instead assign everyone their roles, and he even went so far as to assign people champions. For example, he wanted our team to have a support Morgana. He locked in Morgana first pick, and then later on told our support to play Morgana. Needless to say, after a lot of confusion, and honestly some ignorance from him, I was finally assigned, if you will, to play the mid lane, and I chose Orianna for this role, though looking back, a smarter choice for myself would have been Lulu. She's usually my second pick for mid, because I'm not big on melee champions yet. So my performance this game was probably a solid B+ or C- at best, as I went 2, 4, and 13. This came to be due to a few missed shockwaves and being caught out 2 times. Despite this though, I had the second highest CS in the game, only behind the enemy ADC. The most infuriating detail about this game in my opinion was that Katarina, the one that I was laning against, was lagging in the beginning of the game and showed up to lane a solid 8 minutes late. She was behind 7 levels and she still came back at the end of the game to be a legendary 14-5 Katarina, which at the end, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. She's just gonna jump in, she's gonna shun Poe, and she's gonna Death Lotus, and you really can't run away. Finally, this third game was both quick and painful. It lasted only about 23 minutes and I went 1, 4, and 2 as Jinx, but the opposing team comp was anything but normal. Braum and I were laning against a Nasus Blitzcrank, which was kind of a throw back and forth between whether it was going to be Jax Blitz or Nasus Blitz. But with the Nasus Blitz, not only did that ensure free farming for Nasus to get huge by the mid game, but the Blitz we were against was really good at zoning Braum and I out, and even pre-level 6, a pull from him was a guaranteed kill especially if Yi was ganking, which is why I accidentally gave up first blood. That was also because of my map awareness. It was lacking a little bit that game. I hadn't noticed that our ward in the river was gone, so I went in a little heavier than I should have. I mean, I had Braun by my side, but, you know, it just wasn't a good call or good positioning on my hand. And then in addition, the enemy Zed was 5-0 before 15 minutes, so again, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. I'm not trying to make excuses for myself this game, because my performance was far from ideal, but laning against a Blitzcrank with his pull and his knockup just leads to Nasus withering you down and then Yi jumping in and doing insane damage. All of that combined pretty much chokes out any chance of coming back in the bot lane. But that being said, I have beaten Blitzes before, and he isn't impossible to play against. I just really freaking hate him. Everything considered, the things I'd like to work on for the next games include better positioning on my half, buying and placing more wards so that we can avoid a lack of vision for my team and make better plays and better calls, and a bit more map awareness. Like I said, if I had been a little bit more aware of the map, I probably wouldn't have given up first blood. So 3 down, 7 to go, and only 1 month left. Wish me better luck, guys, because you know I'm gonna need it. Thanks for the support, and stay tuned, guys. I love you. GG.